My first diocesan event was New Beginnings. I can't remember why I decided to attend because, as a seventh grader, I had little interest in the church, aside from the cinnamon rolls we had at Sunday school. But for reasons that now escape me, I packed a bag and drove a couple of hours through what I thought was the middle of nowhere to Camp Michael. Now, I have learned in my lengthy 18 years on Earth that you don't always know what you're looking for. That is, until you find it. Subconsciously, I had been searching for a sense of community, and I found that in New Beginnings. At first, I thought it was a little odd that everyone seemed to be such great friends already, even though not all of them knew each other, but I quickly began to appreciate the friendship and respect everyone had for each other. I was also hesitant to participate fully in all of the activities, but throughout the weekend, I became more and more excited to sing, talk with my family group, and play Foursquare. My first New Beginnings taught me a lot about how I could reintroduce faith back into my life. After experiencing the love of God through diocesan youth events, I wanted to become more involved with the diocese. So, when I reached high school, I immediately signed up for New Beginnings team, youth commission, and New Beginnings steering committee. I went to every event I could, and even spent all of my birthday and Christmas money on those events. I was so excited to give back to the community that had given so much to me. I remember the joy I felt serving on team through my freshman and the beginning of my sophomore years. Next, I happened at 72. It was magical in a sense. Happening was an eye-opening experience that I will remember fondly for years to come. I started to realize the impact having faith could have in my life. I formed deeper connections with God and my peers. I'm sure anyone else who has happened could easily say the same thing. Eventually, though, all good things must come to an end, and the means to that end, in this case, was COVID-19. I know we are all slightly tired of hearing about the unprecedented times we are in, but it is an important part of our story as a diocese. For a year and a half, we did not have any large-scale in-person events. That didn't hinder us, though. It merely forced us to think creatively about how we could connect with our community. I will admit it was hard at first, but we eventually adapted to the online world of Instagram, Zoom calls, and bad internet. We met in small groups at various churches to film assorted content for social media. It was a challenging situation to navigate, but we were able to create something tailor-made for our audience, like our online New Beginnings, or the weekly 1-minute devotionals we posted to Instagram. During this time, we were patiently waiting for permission to gather in person again. We finally got the seal of approval from the bishop just in time to get together for Happening 74. Everyone on steering committee and Happening team was so excited to finally be face-to-face with the participants. We didn't have much time to plan, but we pulled it through and Happening was a success. I remember the glow of the pool pavilion at 6:30 on Sunday morning and how comforting it was to see people gathered together for the first time in what felt like forever. It honestly brought tears to my eyes. Today's gospel reading, among other things, helps to show us that following Christ's path means that we will experience loss. There is a certain gloominess attached to loss, but you also will never be able to grow without losing things that are important to you. These past 18 months have been full of loss for everyone. The routines that have grounded and fortified the connection to our community have been put on hold. We have lost the ability to gather without safeguards, and even the comfort of knowing that we could move freely around the world without getting sick. These losses aren't small, but we are followers of Jesus, and that means that loss will never be just loss. It is also the first step to growth. Now, this doesn't erase the heavy reality of loss, but it does give us hope. Losing the ability to see each other in person has shown us how much we depend on each other. This will lead us to grow as a community and to be better friends and advocates for the people who need it, to reach out and give each other the connection we so desperately desire, particularly in times of need. Losing the ability to come and go as we please without special planning has forced us to walk in the shoes of people who have never been able to move freely. We have found a new compassion for people who have been previously overlooked. A new perspective is so important for internal and external growth. It sounds dramatic, but we have lost the world and the way we thought it was, and the way we thought it would always be. But this new experience has expanded our vision and dreams of what the world could be in the future if we had wide open doors, bigger tables, and warmer welcomes for anyone who might need it. These are lofty ideals, and we won't execute them perfectly. But we also cannot take what we've lost for granted. We will continue to do whatever we can to show the world God's love so that the next teen who packs a bag for new beginnings or eats cinnamon rolls in Sunday school will know how important they are to us, the world, and to God.